removing the fuel, removing the air, removing the coils, removing the pack, removing the harness, removing the intercool, removing the fan, removing the alternator, removing all the wiring harness, all the fuel rails, all the fuel injectors, all the coil packs, all the spark plugs. Everything got to come out. All the wiring harness out the way, all the intercoolers. Clean everything down here. The belt tensioner, remove the belt tensioner, remove the AC condenser belt, loosen everything, get the timing tool, line up the timing, and that's it. Pretty much everything straightforward. Then you in the engine. Later on, I'm gonna get to the turbo because I need to do the turbo. I just want to make sure everything clean, all the rails, everything is not clogged up. I got a problem with oil leak, and just replace all the gaskets down there within the turbo. Right now, when you're moving the cylinder heads on both sides, you don't even have to touch nothing in the middle. Don't touch the turbo. Don't focus on the turbo because that's all connected to the exhaust in the middle. The cylinder head covers, the valve covers, is two separate individual situations. You don't have to deal with them, but later on I'll get to the turbo to show you how that works. I do need to do the turbo return oil line because there's a leak there. It always leaks on every N63 engine, and it runs down the back, and everybody thinks you have a main seal leak or transmission leak. It's always the oil return. It's right under the alternator, and they got two metal plates that you need to remove after you remove both turbos and everything. But pretty much I'm not dealing with that with this job. Once I put everything together, then I'll get to the turbo to make sure it's a complete overhaul on the engine, and everything will be nice, new, and efficient, and clean all the electrical connectors with spray connector, get brake fluid, clean the whole engine, degrease the engine. Everything's gonna be shiny, looking new. If I could paint certain of these metals, I've seen it online. Some people paint the heads, some people paint the turbo, some people paint the intercools, look nice. If I get nice paint, if I feel like I'm that close and I want to do it, I might just do it. Just who cares? I'm here. The dealer want to charge arm and leg. They ain't gonna touch my car later on in the future anyway. I'm not gonna need them. Basically, I could do the valve stem seal, but it's got a little complication because you got to do the something with the chain. I could do it, but that's not the route I want to go right now. But I know if I get in there, I could always get in there later on. Once I get a proper shop, I could take the whole engine thing off, and I could make everything brand new again. Like I tell you, I'm not a mechanic, but I'm good with my hands. I've been broken down so many times, had mechanical issues that I had to figure out to get to. Because before you tell somebody you have a problem, you got to know what's the problem and where to look for the problem and what's the symptoms to create the problem. Because you could just bring it to the shop, diagnostic, and they don't know nothing. And they just fix one thing, and that's not the main problem or the problem that created the problem, and you're still stuck with problems. It's best you know what's the problems and everything. You can see if something's broken. You can see if something's out of place. You can see if something's malfunctioning. You read the code. You basically get in-depth and better understanding of the vehicle. Don't be intimidated. These vehicles is a beauty. They're a headache when you don't know nothing, but it's a miracle and magic once you know that you could get the job done. So I'm a little delayed, a little backed up right now, but I pretty much did enough for today. I'm gonna put everything away, go charge the battery, put all my tools up, and I came back. I'm not in the shop right now. I'm just on the side of the road, on the street, but I'm still getting it done. Just right here on the side of the road. It's gonna be here for a couple weeks. I have no issue. Just make sure by the time I'm done, everything's gonna be done right. The engine's still gonna be moving and rolling. Might have a little complications, but I'll just flush it and get some engine conditioner. BMW sells certain things, for the lifters, for the noise, for the moving parts in the engine. So that's what I gotta do. My job is to make sure to bring this dead engine back alive, because it's have a bad oil pump that's not pumping oil throughout the engine, so all the metal parts is not getting lubricated. And the timing chain guide, I seen a piece of that rail in the oil pan, so I'm pretty sure that it's broken. I just don't know which side, if it's the left or the right side, meaning bank 1 or bank 2. So basically, I just gotta do both banks, and I'll order both parts, and I'll just reinstall them in both parts and check out the condition of the chain and the heads, the valves on both sides of the cylinders while I'm at it. Figure it out. You know, I got a broken chain guide. I don't know if it's the left bank or the right bank, so I got to take off both head covers, the pinpoint, and just inspect the chains, inspect the timing, and make sure everything's in line anyway. So that's the best way to do it. And to me, I'm halfway done. I've been here for like 2-3 hours. I'm not calculating, but I've been here some time. You know, I'm not rushing. I'm just here trying to take my time, get a better understanding of every part and what every part's doing, for me not to get confused. Like I told you, every video, I take the screws, I put the screws back in the proper location so I don't have no mismatched screws, nothing out of place. All these holes is all connected. So once you take one off one end, it's connected to something else that you don't really have to move it. So everything's going in the direction. So when it's time to put everything back together, like you can see, I just put this here, I just clamp that here, and I just clamp that where it needs to go, and everything got a position. As you can see, these wiring harness, everything got a different connection point, so you would not be getting nothing mixed up. The only thing that got the same points is these little things over here, probably for the fuel pump. I mean, for the fuel injectors, and the coils is the only ones that got the same connections, but you see everything's lined up accordingly. You won't really get them mixed up. So straightforward. They intimidate you. Spend thousands of dollars on a job. When if you got time, you know, and you want to get to know the vehicle, you want to treat your vehicle, clean everything up, because, you know, they don't care. They just do the job. They don't clean the vehicle. But if you want everything to look good and you make some little changes of your own, you get down in there and you get there, because this is what I'm doing. I learn, I watch, I learned, and I'm taking a chance, and I'm willing to train my mind to get the job done and to get a better understanding of the vehicle. So the more in depth you get, the more you love what you're doing, the more you like this. You like the fact that you understand what's going on. Don't get frustrated. Don't quit. Don't start if you're gonna quit. Don't start the job if you're a quitter. Go through it, because you know it can get done. It's intimidating. It looks complicated. My mind loves tasks. You know, just like video games. They give you a mission. They give you a task. They give you something. Life is to find something you could fix. Find your purpose. You know, I like to fix things, so I put my time into this. I'm not a certified mechanic, but I'm just as good as one. These other people, like, I don't even know how they certified, but I'm not the one to say. And they got the job, and you got to pay them to do it. And some of them can't read, can't talk properly. I'm not the best at anything, but I'm gonna give it my best. Just know that, and I'm trying. And I showed you. Took all the panels off, 1, 2, 3. Take your time, and nothing is gonna be missing, because I put everything where it needs to be. That's my job, to keep everything in order. Keep your tools, your rag. Basically, you're mostly gonna need all your pieces gonna be like this. The majority of them, I did most of the job with this. Tell you the truth, this is the tools that I basically been using. I used the 5/8 socket ratchet to remove all the rails. Put all the screws, all the bolts I remove with these keys. It's different. Every ones that have a different shape, different piece. But I removed everyone with these pieces right here. With these, you know, you might have some that need 10 millimeter to remove for the wiring harness. 10 millimeter for the wiring harness. You know, a few bolts here, and a screwdriver to remove something, and some, you know, that's basically all the tools that I use so far. I didn't need nothing special yet, nothing. But I didn't move nothing, I ain't do nothing. It's pretty straightforward. That's it. It's day one. I'll get back to you, more footage on day 2. That's it. Straightforward. It's the engine. I don't know if you can tell. Intercool. Just got to move the intercool, drain the fluid, move the fan and the harness, and that's it. Screw the bolts. Another 4 hours. I'll be in there, get the parts to come in, place the parts, put it back together, and hopefully everything go good. If not, I tried. I know I did it. I got it there, but I'm not the one that broke it. But I'll be the one to attempt to fix it, and I know that I did my best. And if something goes wrong, I'll know that I put everything together, and the car should connect and start. All right, goodbye. Be back shortly.